Kidney health is something most of us don't really think about. That is, until there's a problem. So today, we're not just going to run through a list of rules. No, we're actually building a strategic guide, a real plan to actively support and protect these vital organs. Let's dive in. Right, so the big question is, how do we actually do this? How do we go from just knowing we should be healthy to actually having a concrete plan? Well, that's exactly what this is all about. We're going to build your personal toolkit, packed with actionable steps so you can take charge of your kidney health. And look, this is serious stuff. Kidney disease affects millions of people. But listen, the real story here isn't some scary statistic. It's about empowerment. It's about just how much control you actually have over your own health journey. All right, so our first line of defense, it's all about the stuff we do every single day. Let's talk about how your daily habits can literally form a powerful, proactive shield for your kidneys. Okay, we've all heard it a million times, right? Don't smoke, go easy on the alcohol. But let's get really specific about why this matters for your kidneys. Smoking directly cuts down blood flow, basically starving your kidneys of what they need to function. And alcohol, that can jack up your blood pressure, which puts a constant strain on these incredibly hardworking organs. But hey, it's not all about what you can't do. It's also about what you can do. And staying active, that's a huge piece of the puzzle. A real cornerstone of your defense, for sure. And you want to hear the best part? We are not talking about running marathons here. We're talking about just 30 minutes of moderate activity, like a brisk walk, most days of the week. That simple habit is a total game changer because it helps control your blood pressure and your blood sugar. Next up, fuel. What are you putting in your body's engine? Because really, that's what your diet is. The right fuel keeps the whole system running smoothly, while the wrong stuff can clog up the works and put a really heavy load on your kidneys. So, a kidney-friendly diet isn't about being super restrictive. It's about being smart. For example, less sodium helps manage blood pressure. Simple as that. Watching your protein intake gives your kidneys a much-needed break. Keeping an eye on minerals like potassium and phosphorus stops them from building up. And of course, staying hydrated helps your kidneys do their number one job, flushing out all the junk. So we've got your lifestyle and diet covered. That's your personal shield. But guess what? You're not in this alone. Your medical plan is all about forming a strategic alliance with your doctor to stay way ahead of any potential issues. And this is really the heart of the matter right here. The two biggest threats to kidney health are, by a long shot, high blood pressure and diabetes. So managing these conditions isn't just a good idea for your overall health, it is the number one most important thing you can do, medically speaking, to protect your kidneys. So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, it's a simple three-part action plan. First, taking your medications exactly as prescribed. That's not negotiable. Second, keeping an eye on your blood pressure and sugar levels at home gives you priceless, real-time data. And third, regular checkups mean you and your doctor can catch anything early. Okay, let's talk about something that a lot of people just don't think about, but it's so important. We all reach for them for a headache or sore muscles without a second thought. But what part do common painkillers play in all this? I'm talking about NSAIDs, common stuff like ibuprofen. Now, they're perfectly fine for most people if you just use them once in a while. But, and this is a big but, long-term regular use can actually harm your kidneys. So here's the bottom line. Just talk to your doctor, especially if you find yourself taking them regularly. It's that simple. All right, so let's put all these pieces together. Protecting your kidneys isn't about just one thing. It's about building a complete, multi-layered defense system, using your lifestyle, your diet, and a really smart medical plan. There's a quote in our source material that just nails it. It's not about picking one thing. It's about the combination. Lifestyle, medical care, and monitoring. All three work together to create the absolute strongest protection for your health. And really, that brings us full circle, doesn't it? You now have that strategic toolkit we talked about to protect your kidney health. This right here is what empowerment looks like. You've got the info, and you are absolutely in the driver's seat of your health journey. So, I'm gonna leave you with one final question, because knowing all this is great, but taking action is what really counts. Looking at everything we've talked about, what's just one small step, one little thing you'll do today to start protecting your kidneys?